Hi, 4B friends. Happy asynchronous day. Yesterday, we read the original story of the Gingerbread Man, or at least the oldest story of it that I could find. This week, we are going to be reading a bunch of different stories, all based off the original one, the Gingerbread Man. And at the end of the week, we're going to put two and two together and see how they're the same and how they're different in a Venn diagram. We'll also be doing some activities in the classroom for Gingerbread Week, both tomorrow with our whole class during Wednesday, and we'll be doing it in class on Thursday. So look forward to that. After I read today's book to you, you are going to get to do a STEM activity where you're going to be building a boat to save the gingerbread cookie from drowning in the water, and also save him from getting eaten from the fox and the other people chasing him. So look forward to doing that STEM activity. But first, let's read the reverse story of the Gingerbread Man, the Gingerbread Girl. Have you read this before? It is very similar to the original story, but it's also different. Not only is the character a girl, but other things happen to her in the story. So let's see not only who chases her, but what happens to her. Maybe she has a different rhyme. Maybe different people chase her. Okay, here's the book, The Gingerbread Girl. So you can already see she looks way different than our gingerbread boy cookie. The Gingerbread Girl. You may remember the sad story of the gingerbread boy. He ran away from the lonely old woman who baked him, as well as many other hungry characters. His dash through life was ended in one greedy gulp by a sly fox pretending to help him cross a river. So see, this story is talking about the original Gingerbread Man, but instead of just getting eaten by the fox, it's talking about the other story, the other kind of original tale, where the fox helps him get across the river. Don't worry, if you would like to hear that story too, it does happen kind of in the story with the Gingerbread Girl. Well, this is the story of his younger, wiser sister. So those are two very important adjectives. Younger means he was born first, and now she is a little gingerbread cookie, and he was the big brother. Well, wiser means that she's smarter, so she won't get tricked as easily. A full year had passed since the lonely old man and the lonely old woman and the lonely old man had lost their gingerbread boy to that devious fox. They were even lonelier than before. "Let's bake again," suggested the old man one morning. "But what if the same thing happens?" cried the old woman. "I couldn't bear the loss." "Let's make a girl this time and decorate her with candies." "Surely a sweet little girl wouldn't run away," answered the man. So they mixed up the dough, rolled it, cut it out, and they dressed it with as many candies as they could fit, completing the cookie with an amazing hairdo made of licorice whips. "She is sweet," gasped the woman as she slid the cookie sheet into the oven. "Oh, she's a sweet girl. Here she is in the oven sleeping. Oh, she's opening her eyes. She's magic." While the lonely old woman and the lonely old man stood by to watch the oven, they talked, remembering the gingerbread boy's short life. He never should have run away. He never should have trusted that fox. As the new cookie baked, her mind woke up and she heard everything. Sweet or not, she thought, things will be different this time. When it was time for the cookie to be done, the old woman carefully, ever so carefully, cracked open the oven door to peek. Dot, dot, dot. Bam! Out jumped the gingerbread cookie, running towards the door. The little old woman screamed, "Stop, stop!" And the little old man came running, but the cookie was already out the door and headed down the same path that her brother had traveled. "Here we go," whispered the gingerbread girl. The man and the woman chased after her, but she sang, "Oh, maybe it'll be like the one we heard in the original story. I'll run and I'll run with a leap and a twirl." Oh, that's not the same. "I'll run and I'll run with a leap and a twirl. You can't catch me. I'm the gingerbread girl." "As fast as you can, gingerbread man. With a leap and a twirl, I'm the gingerbread girl." So because the word is now girl and not man, They had to change the rhyming word to have that Earl ending sound. With a leap and a twirl, you can't catch me, I'm the gingerbread girl. Ooh, so now we have a new rhyme to remember. As the gingerbread girl dashed along the path, she came to a group of farmers working in the fields. The aroma of fresh baked gingerbread caught their attention. Wait! The hungry farmer shouted and began to run. After the gingerbread girl, she laughed and called, Hey, farmers, don't bother, like my brother, I'm fast. Run all you want, but I've learned from his past. I'll run and I'll run with a leap and a twirl. You can't catch me, I'm the gingerbread girl. Ooh, so remember how he said he'd rather run than be their snack? She has a little quote too that she says to the people chasing her. Don't bother, like my brother, I'm fast. Run all you want, but I've learned from his past. So she's learned to keep running and not trust that fox. Whew. Further down the road, a pig came into view. As the gingerbread girl grew closer, her candy sparkled in the sunlight. The pig squealed with joy and tried to take a bite, but the gingerbread girl was too fast. She leaped over him, singing, I can leap past Piggy like all of the others. This story will not end like that of my brothers. I'll run and I'll run with a leap and a twirl. You can't catch me, I'm the gingerbread girl. See, this one's going to be coming back too. So she changes this quote for whoever's chasing her. But this one always stays the same. So far, the little old man and the little old woman and the pig were in the original story. I wonder if we'll see any other original characters. Well, definitely not a painter. On down the path, she came upon an artist. A masterpiece good enough to eat, the artist whispered, and reached out to scoop up the gingerbread girl. With some fancy footwork, the gingerbread girl zipped past, laughing. I can outrun this artist like I outran the pig. I am one smart cookie, despite the wild wig, which she means her hair. I'll run and I'll run with a leap and a twirl. You can't catch me, I'm the gingerbread girl. Oh, a cow, that wasn't the original story. Farther along, the gingerbread girl passed a cow with her calf, who mooed happily. Mama, I want a cookie to go with my milk. But when the cow tried to catch the gingerbread girl, she soon found herself running behind, listening to the gingerbread girl call, Chase if you want, I'm faster than you. Although you have 4 feet and I have only 2. I'll run and with the leap and a twirl, you can't catch me, I'm the gingerbread girl. Ooh. So to do her other rhyme, you will have to read it. Don't worry, I'll read it to you. But I bet a lot of you have memorized this one already. Up ahead, a dog walker was crossing the path with 3 dogs. Oh, geez. The dogs barked happily, seeing a tasty treat headed their way. But as the gingerbread girl sped past, the group was soon in line with the others, hearing, You're joining the case, the more the merrier. But no one can stop me, not hound, not terrier. That's a type of dog. I'll run and I'll run with a leap and a twirl. You can't catch me, I'm the gingerbread girl. Oh, this is where you enter the story. Now, the path ran right past a school. The children were out for recess and feeling quite hungry. Shouts of cookie were heard across the playground. The gingerbread girl waved to them all as they joined the chase with their teachers, and she sang, I know that it's snack time and you want a sweet. Come follow along and you'll soon have a treat. I'll run and I'll run with a leap and a twirl. You can't catch me, I'm the gingerbread girl. Ooh, now she's going to have a whole school chasing after her? Yep. Finally, the gingerbread girl came to the same river her brother had tried to cross. Who should be waiting for her but the same devious fox? Devious is someone who lies a lot and pulls tricks. Hello, my pretty, crooned the fox. I was a friend of your brother's. It looks like trouble runs in the family. Do let me help you across the river. Just jump onto my tail. The gingerbread girl shivered. Ugh. then sang in nearly a whisper, "Do I have your promise for a safe ride to shore? You won't drop me or eat me, that's all I implore." Implore means she wants him to do that, not eat her, right? The fox chuckled, "I promise, my sweet little tidbit." And the gingerbread girl gingerly, which means carefully, climbed on the fox's tail. I don't know about you, but I think he's lying. The instant the gingerbread girl climbed on, the fox dove into the water, ready for a fabulous feast. "Oh, the water is so deep. Move to my back," he insisted, thinking this cute cookie was even dumber than her brother. Anyone could tell by looking at her that she was an airhead. The gingerbread girl did what she was told. "That's a good girl," the fox said with a snicker. "Oh my, the water is deeper. Now move onto my head." No sooner had he spoken those words, the gingerbread girl leaped to his head, pulling off a strand of her hair, her own leather licorice hair. With the expertise of a ranch hand, she triple looped it around the fox's snout and tied it off with a half-hitched knot. "You're right," she whispered in the fox's ear. "I am good." The fox snarled and struggled and strained and thrashing about, but the gingerbread girl hung on, turning him back towards the crowd. Riding the fox like a bucking bronco, the gingerbread girl whizzed past, singing, he'll run, with a leap and a twirl. Come follow me, I'm the gingerbread girl." The awestruck crowd followed all the way back to the lonely old woman and the lonely old man's house. The gingerbread girl rode into the kitchen, secured the fox, and jumped onto the table. There she is. And she measured and mixed with a leap and a twirl, singing, "I'll bake you some more, I'm the gingerbread girl." The old woman and the old man quickly joined in to help, having a hungry, happy household to feed. From that moment on, of course, they were never lonely again. And what of the fox? The gingerbread girl was eventually able to teach him some manners, using gingerbread crumbs for treats. Oh no. Most days you could see them riding across the countryside and hear a small voice drifting in the breeze. "We'll run and we'll run with a leap and a twirl. I outfoxed the fox. I'm the gingerbread girl." The end. Oh, and there's the fox's tail. Well, my friends, that is the second book of Gingerbread Week, The Gingerbread Girl. Tomorrow we'll be doing a gingerbread hunt where you get to look for gingerbreads, and it'll be a nice fun math activity. And I'll have another gingerbread cookie story to read to you. We'll have 5 that we read this week, and at the end of the week, you are going to get 2 books that you have to see how they're the same and different in a Venn diagram. But before you do that, I have a really fun activity for you. So you know how you were doing the turkey trap before? Well, we have a new thing for you to build to save the gingerbread cookie from that devious fox. So check out the video after this to see how you're supposed to build your STEM activity. Bye, friends. See you this afternoon. Today, you're going to be doing a STEM activity. Do you remember the word STEM? Each letter means something: science, technology, engineering, and math. STEM basically means that you're going to be using your brain to solve a problem and create something. So today you'll be building. Remember when you built your turkey traps? Well, today you are not going to be catching a gingerbread man. We know it's so hard to do. You're going to be saving the gingerbread man. Now, in the first story, the gingerbread man ran up to a river and he had to meet the fox, and the fox was going to bring him across. Now, if it weren't for that fox, the gingerbread man wouldn't be able to swim across because he would break apart as a cookie. But we also know we can't trust that fox. So today you are going to be building a boat using some, boxes, toilet paper rolls, string, paper, popsicle sticks, whatever you can find. If you have styrofoam, that works great. You'll be building a boat. And now I have the instructions in here, so let's get started looking at what you need to do. So I'm going to flip through my gingerbread book. So here is a glyph, which we'll be doing in class together. And this is your little guy you'll get to draw on. This is our Wednesday scavenger hunt. And here it is. It says, there's me as a gingerbread girl. You like it? It says, calling all boat builders. Hello, 4B friends. I want you to save the gingerbread cookies from the river. Make a boat that can float for 10 minutes. What? Oh, geez, I'm sorry. I made a mistake. 10 minutes, that's a long, long time. I wanted you to do it for 10 seconds. Oh my gosh, I really hope you see this video before you start building. 10 seconds. Otherwise, if it was 10 minutes, that would be insane. If you can make one that lasts for 10 minutes and you time it, by all means, show us. And I hope yours can last for more than 10 seconds before it falls apart. But basically, we just want you to be able to make a boat that can float for 10 minutes to be able to get the gingerbread cookie across the river. So if I were you, I would fill up a sink with water, or if you have a giant bowl, or if you have your bathtub, or if you have a bucket, fill that with water and then put your boat in there. So obviously your boat has to be small enough to fit in whatever you're building or whatever your water's going to be in, so just make sure you look for that. But don't forget to take a picture and send it to me. That way I can see your boat that you have. If you guys really want and your boats stay strong enough, I can even post a Flipgrid for you, but right now I'll just take a picture since they might fall apart in the water anyway. Before I let you go, though, let me show you my materials. So I had this plastic, but if it gets a hole in it, it's going to sink, so you have to be careful. I would definitely use popsicle sticks to make a sail for like a sailboat. You'll need a lot of tape for this. So if you want some strong tape, like duct tape, I would get that. Now, obviously, just using a cup, that's really creative, but it needs to be able to move across the water. So if you blow it, make sure it doesn't bob, because if it takes water in it, it'll sink, and we can't have that. And obviously, you want to use something that if it gets wet, it won't fall apart too quickly. So paper's great, but it's definitely going to get wet and fall apart. But stronger things like this toilet paper roll, those have stronger material, so they might be able to last longer in the water. Remember, we only have to last 10 seconds. I have a bunch of boxes here, shoe boxes, cereal boxes. They're definitely great for floating, but if you have a little cookie that you want to test it out with, or if you have a toy that's going to be riding your boat, just make sure they don't fall out of the water and that they don't sink with the boat. Well, my first grade friends, that is your Gingerbread Week activity for today. Good luck building your boat. Just make sure that it can float on the water for 10 seconds. And if you want, try blowing it and see if it moves across whatever water you have. Make sure you ask a parent to help you with filling up whatever you're filling up with water, especially if it's a bucket, because they can get really heavy and we don't want you to get hurt. Make sure you send me a picture of your boats. Bye!